the way that I describe a shadow self is similar to when a person plays a video game for the first time. Now, a lot of the more modern video games, there is an element of creating your own player in this video game. Sure, there are video games there that you just pick up and start playing, and that's fine. But there are some video games, the more comprehensive ones, where you would actually create yourself as a video game character. And then as you play the game, you kind of control you in the video game. So when you do that, there are two different types of people that create their own video game character. The first type are the ones that will create a video game character that's much like themselves. So it looks similar, they sound similar, height, skills, all of that sort of stuff. It's almost like a perfect replica of themselves in this video game environment. You know, they match things like the skin tone and the eyes and the hair and all of this sort of stuff. It's the first type of people. Now, the second type of people, they do the opposite. They start off kind of creating a video game character looking like themselves. And they'll go, you know what? I kind of wish I was over 6 foot. So I'll do that. And they'll do that. And they'll go, you know, I wish I had more muscles. Okay, I'll do that. I wish I was a little bit more, say, alpha male. So they'll give attributes based around that. And, you know, I really need more money. So at the end of it, they've created this video game character of themselves, but it's actually the way that they want to be, not actually the way that they are now. And I kind of liken that to basically your shadow self. It's the way that you wish you were, you know, the way that you were to carry yourself in the world with more confidence and more authority, more strength and more courage. That's kind of what your shadow self is. So if you combine those two types of people together, the type that create the video game character realistically and the type that create it based off what they want to be, bundle them all up, you get basically you. You get you and you get me, and you basically get the entire human race. Yeah, because the first type of people, that's how we present ourselves to the world. This is how we are. This is how we look. This is how we act. We kind of hide some of those shadow values. The second type of person, or the second type of group, is how we really wish we were. You know, a bit more outgoing, a bit more confident, you know, able to stick up for yourself. So if I was to go back to my cheat notes over here, I've got it as the sentence. So your shadow self is basically the unfiltered version of you. It's the thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that operate behind the scenes, not because they're wrong, but because they got pushed into the background as you grew up. So that's pretty much the definition of, or at least my definition of, what your shadow self is. And the reason why it's brought up in the course is it's because once you identify it and once you know a little bit more about it, you can then work on it. You can accept what it is. You know, you can never fully get rid of your shadow self because it is essentially you. But if you can understand why you automatically make certain decisions, why you react in a particular way, you're then able to create alternatives for that automatic action, you know, because if you aren't aware of some of these shadow behaviors, you then just repeat the same mistakes over and over again.